Hello everyone, Nire here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a special collab video with a special anime YouTuber, Professor Anime. We will be discussing, giving our thoughts and prediction about the Boruto manga and the upcoming Boruto anime. So, before we get to that, let's get to know a little bit more about Professor Anime.
What is going on here, and what is going on, everyone? My name is Miles, otherwise known as Professor Anime, and I'm an anime and manga related YouTuber just like Nire here. I make discussions, reactions, and even reviews, and sometimes, just other videos that I like to post. So yeah, that's a little bit about myself. Thank you for having me on your channel, Nire, and yeah, can't wait to get this video started.
Yeah, I'm really glad to make this collab video, Miles. So, my first question to you, Professor Anime. How did you feel about Naruto being over, and do you think that this new Boruto manga will be as interesting? I mean, personally for me, I think that Naruto is special. It may not be the best series out there, but it's definitely a series that made me happy, it made me feel sad, and it made me laugh from time to time, and I felt really sad when it was over, and I still miss reading Naruto chapters every week. I mean, yeah, it was really something special for me. And for the Boruto manga to surpass it, I mean, it has the potential to be good, but I don't think it could ever surpass, surpass Naruto. I mean, Kishimoto created this amazing world for Boruto to continue as a story, but for it to surpass Naruto, I really don't think so, because Naruto is like one of those series that made such an impact on so many people's lives.
So what were my overall thoughts on Naruto, and what do I think about it being over? Well, I was quite sad, I'm not gonna lie. I was quite sad that Naruto ended. I mean, most of us have been sticking with this series for a very long time, including myself. I stuck with this series since my childhood, and it was actually the very first anime and even manga that got me into the anime fandom. Like, I wouldn't watch any other anime or even read any other manga if it wasn't for, Naruto. Naruto has been a huge part of my life, and ever since, watching Naruto, I've, loved anime and manga ever since. It kind of just broadened my horizons, so to speak, and, the more anime you watch, the more interested you get into it. You can actually see the faults in some manga or anime, and also the positives in some anime and manga. Sure, Naruto had some faults in and of itself, but, it was a great experience nonetheless, and I was quite sad that, it did end. I will admit that. But, as far as this new Boruto manga, will it be as interesting? To tell you the truth, I don't know if it's going to be as interesting as Naruto was. Because Naruto, again, was a huge part of our lives. It was basically like Kishimoto's baby. That's what, started him off, and, it's been popular ever since. And just Boruto in general, like, this new series, I'm kind of skeptical on as to how it will be related to the overall story of Naruto, how much will be changed, but, at the same time, I do think it will be interesting just to see this new generation prosper in this new series, learn a little bit more about the new characters and also the world, how Naruto has changed as well. But as far as will it be as good as the original Naruto, I don't think so, because, again, that was my childhood. Okay, so my question to you, Nire, is what do you think caused the destruction of the Hidden Leaf yet again, okay? We know that Kawaki was actually the cause in the very first chapter of the Boruto manga, but what exactly do you think Kawaki is capable of? Like, what jutsu does he have powerful enough to actually destroy the Hidden Leaf Village? Because the last time we actually saw something like that was in the Pain arc, when Pain actually destroyed the Hidden Leaf Village. So I'm very interested to see, what kind of power Kawaki is. So what kind of jutsu or just, overall motive does he have in order to destroy the Hidden Leaf Village?
Yeah, so the destruction of Konoha again, I mean, we know that the fight between Boruto and Kawaki will take place after the destruction already happened, but I really don't think that Kawaki could do it alone, because, I mean, even if Naruto is supposedly dead, and I think Sasuke is as strong, so the only way I can see that happen is if Kawaki is commanding an army. So It seems like he has something against Konoha. He wants to take revenge, but you know, other than that, I really have no idea. So my next question to you is, do you think that Orochimaru is a good guy now, and do you think that Mitsuki, his son, will follow in his footsteps? Yeah, I mean, you'll never know with Orochimaru. I mean, you can't even tell his current gender, but I personally think that Mitsuki will follow. I don't think he will follow in his dad's footsteps, because I think he's trying to build his personality and make his own decisions. I mean, he may turn evil for a little while for story purpose or something, but I think eventually he'll be a good friend to Sarada and Boruto.
If Mitsuki was to follow in Orochimaru's footsteps, we can possibly later down the line see that Mitsuki will actually turn against Boruto and Sarada, since they are a part of a team now, and for all we know, Orochimaru could have cloned Mitsuki to actually spy on the group for another ulterior motive, and probably even to help Kawaki destroy the Hidden Leaf. I mean, we don't really know too much about Kawaki, but for all we know, maybe he can even be a clone. We don't really know, but that's getting off topic right now. When it comes to Orochimaru, you know, he was the antagonist of the whole Naruto series. He, you know, was kind of like the mad scientist. You know, he created and cloned, you know, various other shinobi to actually fight the main characters of the Naruto series. And do I think he is good now? While he did help, you know, the war actually to end by the end of the Naruto series, and it did seem like he was good now, at the same time, I don't know, he's not really someone that I could see actually become a member of the Hidden Leaf so easily, because what Orochimaru did in the Naruto verse, like, it's just, I don't know, I'm skeptical on that. Orochimaru is not so easily to be trusted. We do know that Orochimaru is the father of Mitsuki, but who exactly is, you know, the mother, you know? So, if we can take that into consideration, and Orochimaru's, you know, knowledge to clone shinobi, then he had to have cloned Mitsuki, unless, you know, for some, you know, reason we actually get clarification that Orochimaru did have, you know, a partner, and, you know, Orochimaru is actually the father of Mitsuki. But for all I know, Mitsuki is most likely a clone, and maybe we can expect later down the line to Mitsuki follow the same path for his father to actually investigate Boruto and Sarada in the team, and maybe even find out more about the Hidden Leaf Village to place another counter-attack, just like how Orochimaru did when he killed off the third Hokage. Okay, so my next question to you, Nire, is Boruto's curse mark has to cause the tattoos on his right arm to activate. However, what power does this give Boruto? As we know, when it comes to Sasuke's curse mark, you know, it granted him the power in order to transform into this demon-like creature. And we see that Boruto has this, you know, tattoo that goes up from his forearm to possibly even his shoulder, and it's a very unique character design, and I wonder what power it actually gives Boruto. Like, can Boruto also turn into a demon-like thing that we don't really know about, or can he possibly become as strong as the fourth Hokage or something like that, be a very speedy ninja? Like, I'm just very curious, what are your overall thoughts on what power this could actually give Boruto?
Okay, Boruto's curse mark, and what power could it give him? I mean, I think we can expect some Otsutsuki power, since Momoshiki is the one who actually gave him this curse mark. So I think we can expect some techniques like absorbing chakra or some other Otsutsuki techniques. But yeah, other than that, it could be a seal mark, you know, like just like the one that Hashirama has. And I mean, I think in the end, this curse mark will definitely tell us how Boruto will choose to use his own powers. And yeah, another thing, this curse mark is the same one that Kawaki has. So I think these two share some connection, you know, like they have some connection to have the same curse given by Otsutsuki. I mean, other than that, this is all I think about it. So will Boruto and Sarada surpass their parents? I mean, personally, I really don't think so, because like, it's a possibility. I mean, it's really it's a possibility, but I really don't think so, because like Naruto and Sasuke are like way too overpowered, and and there is a huge gap between Naruto and Sasuke, like the rest of the characters in Naruto. So surpassing them is like something, it's almost impossible. I mean, Naruto and Sasuke are like gods now in this Naruto verse. So I mean, if that happens, if actually Sarada and Boruto or someone else actually does surpass them, I mean, it's gonna be a game changer.
Okay, so will Boruto and Sarada actually be able to surpass their parents? Maybe. There's a possibility that maybe they could actually surpass their parents, because usually when it comes down in literature, like even in manga in general, usually the next generation is more advanced than the previous generation. It becomes a lot more, you know, complex and also a little bit more stronger than the previous generation was. You know, just like how technology advances in some way, you know. Back in the old days, you know, we really didn't have much, but now look how far we've gotten, so to speak. So with each generation, it gets stronger and stronger. So Boruto and Sarada may have the possibility to actually, you know, surpass their parents. And when it comes to their overall motives of what they actually want to become, the roles are kind of reversed. Sarada actually wants to become the Hokage, while Boruto actually just wants to be a shinobi, just like Sasuke. So there is the possibility that Boruto could actually become stronger than Naruto, or even Sasuke for that matter, since, you know, technically the student surpasses the master, so to speak. But then that would kind of mean that he will not be as strong as Naruto, at least to my knowledge, because technically Naruto is like the strongest shinobi in the world as far as we know, while Sasuke is the secondary strongest, at least in my opinion. So that would mean that possibly Sarada could surpass her father, but not only that, maybe even surpass Naruto as well, as she could possibly be aiming for the 8th Hokage. So that would mean that technically Boruto will be her right-hand man, so to speak. So we don't really know. We don't really know, but I do think in a way they will surpass their parents. However, maybe Sarada will actually, you know, possibly be the 8th Hokage and even stronger than Naruto. At least that's my personal opinion. This is all speculation, but I mean, you know, we'll see. Okay, so my question to you is, the sword looks very similar to Sasuke's that Boruto has. Where do you think he got it? Do you think he got it from Sasuke as, you know, they were training, that, you know, maybe Sasuke passed down this sword to him in order to train under Sasuke's wing, so to speak, in order for Boruto to actually learn the way of the sword, how Sasuke uses it, so to speak? Or do you think he actually found this somewhere, like in a cave, or just, you know, somewhere in general? Where do you think he actually got this sword? Oh, and also, what powers do you think the sword could possibly have? Like, do you think it has a special ability? Because we do know that Sasuke, his sword, was actually able to be used in a way that Sasuke can actually channel his chakra to the sword in order to make it more effective in battle. So, what do you think about that?
Okay, so the sword that Boruto has, do I think that Sasuke gave it to him? I mean, yeah, it's definitely a big possibility, since, you know, the sword actually does resemble the one that Sasuke uses. So yeah, and it's a big, you know, it's a big possibility, and it definitely makes sense since Sasuke is Boruto's, you know, is Boruto's master, and he is his idol. So, you know, and it's a big possibility that Sasuke gave it to him. I mean, in Naruto, stuff like this always carries a sentimental value. So I really don't think that the Boruto writers would just give, you know, Boruto a sword and that's it. You know, I mean, it shows that, you know, Boruto wants to be more like Sasuke, and he wants to fight like Sasuke. So, you know, it's a way of looking up for his master. I mean, Sasuke could have gave it to him after he completed a mission or something, but yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Okay, so my next question to you is, who do you think gave Boruto the Byakugan, and do you think that that person is dead now? I mean, I personally don't think that Boruto has ever unlocked the Byakugan, even if he has, you know, the Hyuga bloodline. I think that Himawari is enough, you know. I think that Boruto is, I mean, he's a bit different than you know, than Hinata and Himawari. I mean, he's more like he's dead, you know. So I think that actually someone actually gave him that, you know, that Byakugan on the scarred eye. So I mean, to who could it be. I mean, if it's Hinata, or Himawari, I think fans will probably get mad for so many reasons. You know, she probably will be dead, or you know, she'd have, you know, not only one eye. So it's probably gonna be difficult. But I personally think that it's a friend, you know, or a friend from the Hyuga clan. You know, someone who Boruto think of as a friend, and that person actually gave him that eye as a gift. You know, just like what happened with Kakashi and Obito. Yeah, but I'm really interested to hear what you have to say.
Well, we do know that Hinata has, you know, the bloodline of the Byakugan trait. Mixed in with Naruto's DNA, they created their children, Himawari and Boruto, and as we know, they both possess the Byakugan bloodline within them. Himawari pretty much activated her Byakugan at a very young age due to a fight that Boruto and Himawari had. When it comes to Boruto, on the other hand, Boruto hasn't really been seen to activate the Byakugan yet, at least until we saw the very first chapter of the Boruto manga. Now, maybe since the fact that Himawari seems like the more dominant when it comes to the Byakugan, maybe Boruto hasn't been able to activate that yet until maybe he undergoes further training. Or even if he doesn't end up, you know, activating his Byakugan, maybe he ends up getting it through some other means, like you have stated. What if the person ended up dying, and apparently, you know, he just has the Byakugan, maybe it was implanted in his eye, kind of like how, you know, he has that freaking scar on his eye, just like Kakashi right there. And Kakashi, we do know him, that he was bestowed the Sharingan upon Obito, which was his best friend. Now, when it comes to Boruto actually possessing the Byakugan, either he activated this or he got it from possibly even his sister or his mother. Maybe while Hinata was trying to save Boruto, or maybe his sister was trying to save Boruto from, you know, impending doom, so to speak, to what happened to the Hidden Leaf Village. Maybe at their final words, you know, they gave Boruto the Byakugan, but then that's kind of going a little bit too far off the rails, because something like that I can't really see, because if Boruto already has the Byakugan bloodline within him, wouldn't it make a little bit more sense if he were to activate it, you know, later on? I don't know, that's just my personal opinion. Okay, so my last question to you, Nire, is what do you think Boruto being the son of man means? If we actually go back to the first chapter of the Boruto manga, like at the very end of the Boruto manga that adapts the Boruto movie, we saw that Momoshiki actually titled Boruto the Son of Man. So what could this possibly be? I mean, I do know that this actually has a reference to Christianity, like how Jesus was called the Son of Man, but as far as how this ties into, you know, the Naruto verse, I really do not know. And maybe Boruto could be the savior of, you know, the ninja world, or maybe he can actually be the downfall of the ninja world as well. So that's really all the information we have right now, just that it has a reference to Christianity. So what are your thoughts on this?
What do I think of Boruto being called the Son of Man? I mean, it's really difficult to express my thoughts on this one, so, I mean, what does it mean? We know that Momoshiki is the one who called him the Son of Man, and if you think about it, you know, it's, the Otsutsukis are almost like gods in this Naruto universe, so I think it's just Momoshiki telling Boruto that even if you have our blood, and even if you have some of our powers, you will never be like us. You'll just be a mere human, son of man. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think that it's that important. But if it is, you know, if it is this important, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see it again in the manga. So yeah, these are my thoughts on this one. Okay, so my final question to you is, what are your thoughts on Kawaki, and who do you think he could be? I mean, he's a character that we almost know nothing about. I mean, yeah, we really almost know nothing about him. We know that he has, you know, the same tattoos, and he probably has the same curse mark as Boruto has, the one that Boruto has. But, you know, who could he be? I mean, we don't know. We know that he wants to take revenge on Konoha, and and he did, I think he did destroy Konoha, as we saw in the first chapter of the Boruto manga. So I mean, who could he be? I mean, I personally think that he does resemble Naruto. I mean, if you look at his facial features, he looks a lot like Naruto. But I mean, he could be his son. But I mean, he could be a clone or something. I really don't see how that could happen. But I mean, it could explain his motives, that he wants to take revenge on Konoha. I mean, maybe he thinks that Naruto abandoned him somehow, and that could also explain why he's fighting with Boruto. I mean, they're brothers. It's a rivalry, you know. But yeah, I mean, I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on this.
So what are my thoughts on Kawaki and who could he be? Going back to Orochimaru, the question about Orochimaru, if I think he is good or not, I don't think so. I don't think that Orochimaru is good, and there has to be some motive in which, you know, he wants to destroy the Hidden Leaf Village yet again, because again, there's just no way I can trust his character, to be honest with you. He's a very good character, but I don't trust him, okay? So, possibly, Kawaki can actually be a clone that Orochimaru created, okay? And maybe he even has used his son, Mitsuki, possibly being a clone as well, to, you know, get information from the Hidden Leaf to actually be leaked toward Orochimaru, and he can find out the Hidden Leaf's weak points and technically make the strongest ninja ever, so to speak. So I wonder if Orochimaru could actually be the creator of Kawaki, because I doubt that Kawaki is just this random shinobi that has appeared out of nowhere. Like, if you take a close look at Kawaki, he actually has the same tattoo as Naruto. Take a very close look at that. He actually has the same tattoo that runs alongside his arm. Also, his hair is black, and also his hair on the sides is yellow. So what if, just what if, just go with me here, okay? Maybe Orochimaru grabbed Naruto's DNA, maybe even Sasuke's DNA, and cloned Kawaki to actually be the most strongest ninja, okay? Taking Sasuke's DNA and also taking Naruto's DNA and basically making it into one being. So maybe there is a possibility that Kawaki is actually a clone that Orochimaru created, but I'm very interested as to how he has the same sort of tattoo running alongside his arm that Boruto has. Like, that has to be more explained.
Okay guys, so these were the answers for the questions that me and Professor Anime had for each other. So before we end the video, let's just get to hear his final thoughts.
Thanks, Nire, for having me on here, and thank you to everyone who watched this video. It's a very fun video. I'm really interested to see what Boruto goes from here. I still don't think that it will be as good as the original Naruto, because that was my childhood, you know. But I do think that Boruto is going to get interesting from here on out, and I want to learn more as to what exactly happened to the Hidden Leaf, what these tattoos can mean, especially, you know, Boruto being titled the Son of God. Like, I'm very interested in that, so yeah, we'll see where it leads.
Okay guys, so these were our thoughts and prediction on the Boruto manga and the upcoming Boruto anime. I would like to give a special thanks to Professor Anime for making this video happen. I really had a fun time making this one. You guys should definitely check out his channel. He makes awesome reviews and reaction videos for manga and anime. And he will also be reviewing the upcoming Boruto anime as well, so you guys should definitely check out his channel. The link for it is in the description below. So thanks guys so much for watching this video, and please like it, comment your thoughts below, and feel free to answer the questions as well. And yeah, and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys.